Alright guys, so before we dig on with the video, I do apologize for my voice or if I end up coughing random points throughout the intro. I am a little bit sick, so that is why. But basically, it is a very long video, but trust me, it's worth it. I'm basically going to be providing you guys the gameplay which led us to the grand finals, and it allowed us to not only lift the trophy and win the entire event, but it also allowed us to claim the overall prize pool for the event, which is super sick. And you guys already know, we took first place, Simplicity aka Trovo Mayhem took second place, and Tribe surprisingly took third place. So I know they're making a bunch of roster changes right now. Everybody was like super confused as to why they did as bad as they did. I hope you guys do enjoy this gameplay. Sorry about the like intro being all over the place, but this is a LAN event. We ended up winning, and trust me, I know it's 30 minutes long, but it is very worth it. Two extremely good games that are extremely intense. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.
If you missed it, this is the super team. Band, Tectonic, Envy, Vague, Washi, and Marshy. Tectonic isn't even on the field, and he might be one of the best players in North America. They talk about how they came into it, and listen, you feed the hot hand. He didn't want to mess up. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I mean, it just goes to show that every single member of this team is just so talented. And even though Marshy was only playing up until yesterday, it didn't really matter because their respawn game is just so on point. The question mark is, can Team Mayhem actually go and win their respawns up against a team like Tribe? That's a question mark for them.
On the other side, you've got Team Mayhem. These guys came in as the third seed, and there is a hell of a lot of swag on this stage. They are confident, they are comfortable, and they're coming for you.
And here's the thing, throughout the entirety of the weekend, we haven't really seen in any matchup very many dominant maps. But when we do, it's Team Mayhem landing the domination against their opponents, including the matchup they had in the winners bracket finals. Only one of those maps was convincing, and it was the search and destroy that Team Mayhem was able to take control of.
And the wild part about it is, it's not even like they hit theirs. They are coming from behind and getting their wins. They're starting up front, getting their wins.
Seattle, for the final time, we've got the grand finals for Call of Duty Mobile in the North American playoffs. Luminosity and Team Mayhem, let's get it on.
Luminosity yesterday did a number on Team Mayhem, but we saw the adjustments made by this team. And now it's going to be definitely a scrappy P1, as the control is definitely going to be right there, as it is Marshy getting an essential double, and it is still blue for Luminosity on the board.
Yeah, really clean for LG in the midst of all of that smoke coming over towards Team Mayhem. They deal with the pressure, and now an opportunity to soak up a lot of early time. Next hit off the respawn, though, for Team Mayhem. Jesus getting a double through mid-window. This will really put a lot of chaos into the front of LG. Trades back and forth, and Luminosity still holding on to the hard point. Team Mayhem not able to convincingly get their way through. Cartel's trying his luck through vent, but again, LG swatted back and stay on the hill.
Marshy has been electric here in P1, and just starting out with those kills definitely was a huge way to kind of give them that pace that they needed here. On the other side of things, Band doing a number as well on the outskirts of the map, trying to figure out and cut rotation for Mayhem, and it's still Luminosity, man. 6 seconds left on the clock.
Perfect start for Luminosity. Marshy already on rotation. Again, that's the tempo change that LG needed. And they are going to be in a perfect setup as we open up P2. Team Mayhem empty from anything on the scoreboard to this point. Long route for Blur, trying to flip the spawns around, and he will have a teammate spawn with him. But will there be success as Team Mayhem try to set up this pinch? It's taking a lot of time. Vague trying to sniff it out, but gets shut down. The hit now for Team Mayhem, coming from both sides at the exact same time, but still, LG not getting out of the hard point. Band surviving. Marshy still fully healthy. Mayhem trying to hit this from the back, but LG here to reinforce, but not quick enough. Team Mayhem finally start to earn some points.
Big gunfights coming from Luminosity on the top side left, and definitely Barrow's control is something that you'd want. And you'd see Team Mayhem absolutely fight for it every single time, just because this was their weakness up against their game yesterday here in the same map, same team. And now it is a back and forth this time around, and Mayhem able to get those 13 points off the ground, but Luminosity still there for the scrap. It is still one last pinch from Mayhem that'll try to control this P2.
And Blur is already being tested on rotation. Band able to find him from behind, plus more to come maybe, but no. Team Mayhem will be able to kind of win out this rotation for the time being. Spawns will start to move as our rotation comes out, and Band actually spawns behind this play. Team Mayhem not able to fully anchor up these spawns. Band, could he play the spoiler? Shots over the top of planners. No, not going to work out. Key gunfight now for Raph. early operators and score streak starting to come on through, but Team Mayhem survived through the opening spree. Luminosity still trying to work this thing in from the front. Marshy playing through elevator side, can't quite catch the double. Blur not able to stay alive though in the hard point, and Washi will break things open with the assistance of not just the Annihilator, the Claw was also right there in his back pocket.
And now LG's bulldozing through. Even though that Team Mayhem had that early setup already here in P3, it does not matter. Luminosity is playing their operators right, and that's a scary fact to see if you are Team Mayhem, because that is one of the reasons why they were shut down yesterday. And now Luminosity able to get some points here, 20 seconds for them to grab. And now for Team Mayhem, one last time to go and push, but it's just too overwhelming as the rotation for next is going to ensue.
The ARs are just getting flat out outmatched right now for Team Mayhem. Blur has 3 kills, Kings only has 6. Talk about a difference comparatively to the 50 he dropped just a moment ago. Luminosity up nearly 100 points, rotate over to artillery. Raph gets caught from behind, and Band getting onto 4 in a row. Now owns the hard point, can move forward. There's kill number 5, and the Pred Missile will make sure he's not required to do much more. Wow, what a start for LG, growing the lead to beyond triple digits.
Man, the SMG line of Luminosity is just so good. They are cooking right now. Operators out this time around for Team Mayhem. Kings, the god of the Annihilator, tries to spot that one player, will not be greeted anyone else from that right side of the map, as you get to see that Marshy is able to get that nade kill as well. Just a lot of ways that Luminosity is actually trying to clear out the space, but it is still Mayhem getting a hold of it.
All Kings, Cartels, both starting to come to life here. A little bit of momentum possibly to be earned in these last 20 seconds as Team Mayhem hold on to the hard point. LG trying to finesse with a couple of exits, but the kills are just not there. Jesus saves, shuts it down. That should guarantee the scrap in full, and now Mayhem can turn their attention onto rotation. Cartel's here first, trying to play the outside of Trophy, gets the first one cleanly, and has a Purifier that he could potentially pop if he could find the space to work it, but LG just completely overwhelm him, and the rotation will be won by the team in blue.
And now for Mayhem, spawn is going to be right there by Robo. That's definitely going to be important if we do get to see that Mayhem into that rotation. Definitely will be won, but unfortunately for them, they are going to be dropping and not winning those engagements. So right now, Team Mayhem need to find a way to kind of slow down just a tad bit and not just leave it into a 1v1, as Luminosity already right there in the hill, and this is where they're really good to hold.
Yeah, individual gunfights just continue to go the way of LG, not allowing Team Mayhem to get fully set up. Banned Purifier out. Getting shot from a multitude of angles, though, doesn't know where exactly he needs to turn the attention of this operator. Trophy system down for LG, trying to hold on to this back 30 seconds. And honestly speaking, Bandit hasn't had the point to even pull the trigger on this Purifier. Everyone's just getting decimated before they can even get to the hard point. Finally, Team Mayhem find a way to kind of crack the code and contest for a little bit, but it's just not enough. Not yet, at least. Team Mayhem find themselves down right around the 100-point mark as we rotate back over to P1.
This is where we saw Luminosity just get so many kills, especially with the help of Marshy. This time around, though, let's see if Mayhem can try to do the same thing here. It's definitely not too late for them to try and pick up the points. And what we saw a while ago is they had a full unified effort to try and stop the push from all 3 entrances. This time around, though, it is Luminosity that will have the more favorable sides. And you can see player number 1, that's Band, going all the way there, trying to go in there for that back push. And
well
that's
done.
The kill that they
War
definitely
Machine,
needed.
this has been so good for Blur. Every single time we get back to this first hard point, he finds a way to get 4 or 5 kills. And that may spark something here for Team Mayhem. Washing Annihilator out from mid-window. He doesn't have a lot of support here. He's essentially by himself with only one other teammate, but a key kill over the top with the backside vest means that now LG can start to flood. One player down in the corner, though, completely slips, breaks the camera. Washi, last one left. Able to get on to contest. Team Mayhem looking very longingly at this last 20 seconds, needing to get back into the game with it, and a couple of fadeaway kills. We'll continue to see this hard point contested. Pred Missile called in by Blur, but it only finds one on the rotation. Raph's got to get it done himself, and boy, does he ever. Scrap time earned for Team Mayhem.
Now both of these teams are trying to race in through that rotation for P2. It is Mayhem getting that top side in through artillery that will try to get that top side. And also for Luminosity on the other hand, they will have that spawn. But what we've seen already is that you don't necessarily need to have this spot as long as you have your gunfights being won here on that left side.
Yeah.
Although one person in the form of Band will definitely try to control
Doesn't matter,
that side
King's
of the map.
Annihilator just again, just so primed and ready. The ARs for Team Mayhem really starting to get involved. From what was essentially just 6 kills from Blur in the first rotation, he's up to 17 lately. LG find a way to still crack the code, break on through. Gunfights being won on both sides. King's in trouble, tries to finesse with the pistol, but does get pushed aside. Mayhem now trying to flood through the middle of the map. Smoke will allow them to try to get over the top of the railing, but the kills, again, just not convincing enough. We only go to a status of contest. King's over the top, big gunfight over the back, and he does win it. That allows Mayhem now with numbers to really look good at this last 20 seconds.
Big gunfights, especially in the side of Kings, that will try to cut that rotation from Luminosity as they're going to try to get these last few points of scrap. Rotation now for Luminosity is going to be right there. They only have one player with the operator on the ready. That will be Marshy. On the other side of things, Mayhem is definitely very well equipped to try and break into the hill. But one side, though, Kings is going to be slipping, passing through that spawn for next.
He just has to hold his life. Teammates are on the way. LG are not fully aware of where this Team Mayhem rotation is coming from, and a couple of gunfights do come through. That should flip the spawns around. LG actually get one more member to actually spawn backside staircase. So there will be a chance for LG to try to bunker up and hold on to this. Vague pops out the claw. Damaged heavily as Raph actually the one to win things out, and he's got more in front of him, but Marshy, War Machine out. He gets the first. Still keeps his life for a little while longer, but Team Mayhem do secure a bit of a break. Now they've got the explosives of their own. Blur, I will operate the War Machine to clear up the front. LG trying to work their way back in. One player has snuck through in the form of Band, trying to work his way through the backside staircase, but he's shut down, and Team Mayhem get the secure break.
What a scrappy spawn. As you saw, both teams are actually spawning right on top of one another. And now with 18 seconds left on the clock, essential time, most especially by Team Mayhem, as they're slowly closing in the gap right now. So yeah, I mean, both teams brought out their operators and played it well, but this is definitely a good case for Team Mayhem, especially for that rotation next, where it looks like they only have to deal with one player, but that one player had that purifier.
Band does get shut down. Team Mayhem, over the course of the weekend playing this map, have not necessarily at any point dominated this fourth hill, but they have been really good at being able to take a couple of moments of punishment into their opponents. Can they do it here versus LG? And how about Cartels? First couple of kills come through, but Envy responds with a Sparrow of his own. He takes down 3. Kings with a shutdown in his own right. Numbers for LG onto the hard point. Flashes all embellish as the contest continues on. Key moment here for Team Mayhem as they get 3 straight kills. Washing with the Annihilator, the only one left, and he's got a lot of things he's got to look at. He's shut down as well, but LG, support from behind, secure the break. 30 seconds still to fight for.
This is probably one of the most chaotic hardpoints that I've ever seen in this playoff. And now taking a look at what we have though here in P4, Luminosity got the better of Mayhem at the very last end, but it's still being contested heavily by Mayhem. And now they're going to be getting some of the points down here. It is still Luminosity that will try to touch this point and try to contest it one last time before that rotation into P5.
Really clean stuff here from Team Mayhem. 8 seconds of scrap time. Not only have they found the majority of kills, but they've also restricted Luminosity from fully rotating. The only one who's over towards new is number 1 in blue, it's Band. And he's just trying to finesse his life. Cartels gets punished, but of course now the information is there, and Raph quickly secures the trade. 216-180. Team Mayhem in the opening time here at Trophy. Vague, Claw trying to make his way through Cafeteria. He gets shut down from behind. Hold on a second. Team Mayhem have again a Claw of their own. And Raph, he's able to turn that into 3 straight kills. Team Mayhem looking good to get over 200 points.
Luminosity getting a taste of their own medicine back in P5 in that first set of rotations. And now they're going to be scrambling and going on in these one-on-one engagements that we saw Mayhem do a while ago. And now the score streaks and operators are going to be out for Team Mayhem as they're slowly equalizing it with Blur, trying to provide even more of damage here.
Team Mayhem could actually keep Luminosity pinned on this Robo spawn. They could rotate back over to P1 safely if they can continue to find the kills. Team Mayhem are going to find the eliminations to likely lock down this scrap time. One last play from Envy. Tagged up, not going to get traded though. 10 seconds of scrap goes the way of LG, and take a look at the minimap. LG are in the new hardpoint already. Something has to break early. Could it be Jesus saves again? He's got the Sparrow at the ready, but as he gets shut down, Luminosity will regain the lead as this first hardpoint opens, pending they can take care of Raph.
Raph is going to be stunned out, though. That's information tag for Luminosity. It is still going to be that one player that will make the biggest difference in the form of Blake. There you go.
Gets the double with the Sparrow. LG still have numbers inside. Band, Purifier, clears out one side. Team Mayhem have to find a way to get in, and Band is not allowing them to do so. He locks down one side. The rest of his teammates focused on the other. 237 to 225. Team Mayhem need to find the kills. They need to find a way to contest this hard point, but they're just not finding anything in the kill feed. Envy's got the Sparrow out. Everything's getting shut down. Final 4 seconds. Mayhem have to find a way in, and there's simply no entry allowed. LG stave off the comeback and take the first map.
Man, that is just calm, cool, collected gameplay.
50 to 225. And again, just to reiterate, as if you joined us late, Luminosity out of the upper bracket also gets the benefit of a free map in this best of 7. So technically speaking, they are up 2-0 in this grand finals, first to 4. Mayhem as LG is on tournament point. It's raid control, and LG will kick us off on the defense with Mayhem threatening over towards B off the get-go.
Luminosity going on the defensive side, trying to get that top laundry control, but it will be Mayhem also winning their gunfights as well. Still pretty much even when it comes to the kills at the moment. It is definitely going to be Washi that'll try to get this side of the map. Gallery is going to be wide open.
Well, look at this from Team Mayhem. They just kind of run away from where Washi's positioned. They want laundry control. They're going to get it. Whoa, clean kill feed here from Team Mayhem. Marshy only getting 1 in response, and it's really kind of an insignificant kill as Team Mayhem are going to get the full capture at B, and they're going to have 2 minutes and 19 seconds on the clock with 26 lives. Holy cannoli, LG in trouble early.
Not just that, but you get to see Raph going to be right there on the spawn of Luminosity, trying to shut them down through basketball. Now he's going to give that information to his teammates that there are players there, and it is Kings trying to capitalize on that information.
LG's going to have a real tough time putting together a retake. I mean, the spawns that are over towards jungle were being blocked as number 5 and Raph was controlling a lot of space inside of basketball. Second tick of progress already being worked on at A. A couple of kills for LG. Vague opens up the zone and gets right back in to deplete some of this progress. Raph over towards mid-pool stairs. Keeps the play alive to potentially hit this quickly. But a couple of follow-up nades will allow Luminosity to sustain their defense, although they do find themselves down 7 lives and Team Mayhem isn't done yet.
You can already see the adjustments being made by Luminosity by way of gun choice. Holger in hand for Vague, you don't really get to see that often, yet he is the one that is having the most kills in his team. They're finally able to mitigate a little bit of damage coming in from Team Mayhem, but there's still a lot of lives in between them.
8v13, trades back and forth, still see Team Mayhem with a significant life advantage. But the success over towards the zone starts to be halted, and if not hampered just a touch. LG would have to bunker up and find a way to get some space to work with over through Tiki. Marshy mid-map, completely bamboozled. Raph is just so darn slippery. Gets right past him, and now he takes his focus onto the zone. Eventually turned away, but it doesn't matter. Team Mayhem dominate the opening offense.
That was great. Get fast kills and also move forward when it comes to Mayhem. So they won the gunfights in through that B side, went through top laundry. Raph was able to set up a control when it comes to that jungle. And now we need to see the same case and pace for Luminosity because they were being played right now. There were basically strings attached to them.
Blur, here it comes, that very pointed to operator usage, the opening war machine. Not finding any kills at the moment, but it is keeping LG pretty limited in their approach over towards the zone, and eventually as the war machine falls, Team Mayhem will start to push forward and regain control at B very early. Bounce back though from LG. Tied lives at 24 apiece, and off the second set of spawns, LG will get right back on towards the B zone. First tick of progress being worked on and being stacked. It's coming through pretty rapidly. Ban taking an extra step over towards laundry stairs. And this stack should surely see Team Mayhem can see the majority of this, unless they can find a couple of kills through mid. And wait a second, that nade from Raph has kind of opened the floodgates. Kills are not convincing enough though, and it does look like Team Mayhem will have to likely concede the B zone.
And now one last ditch effort from Mayhem to try and stop this B push. And now we do get to see those 2 players come around and make that 3, able to stop the progress in through that 3rd tick of progress from Luminosity. And now it's definitely going to be backed up in the corner. Now they do have a little bit more of sights here into that A side.
I don't love that call from Team Mayhem. Sure, they stopped the extra 60 seconds from being added, but 2 ticks of progress down. Now you've got operators as LG make their way cleanly on towards A. That is a tough decision and one that will cost the defense any chance of being able to contest this A zone early. Second tick of progress now locked for LG at A. And no chance for Jesus to do anything with the Sparrow. He gets blown out of money window. And yeah, I just don't love that call from Team Mayhem. And I think a lot of people will be looking at that saying, what do you mean, Shift? They got re-control of B, but they lose the entire A zone because of it. And now they find themselves also down in lives, and they have to try to stave off the rest of this hit for the next 2 minutes. A great offense for LG.
Yeah, most definitely. And just going in there, kind of tunnel vision to try and defend that B side, and that will be eliminations after eliminations. But a huge Preddy coming in from Raph, and now the life count is definitely going to be favoring Mayhem, but it will be easy for Luminosity to try and savor it off.
No, not at all. LG's being spawn trapped. They are completely stuck inside a garage. The Pred missile getting 3 was massive. Envy trying to do what he can with the Sparrow on the other side, but he only gets a couple. We've got a 5v4 situation. Team Mayhem may have given themselves a bit of a lifeline, but LG get on the zone. Washi into the Annihilator. Stack is on. 3rd tick of progress being worked on. Can anyone get here to touch in time? No! And LG survive through the spawn trap, get themselves onto B, and answer with an offensive round of their own.
Great recovery coming in from Luminosity. So, I mean, Mayhem was trying to be in that driver's seat, but Luminosity was also on the passenger side, steering the wheel as well. And so that back and forth we like to see, and different looks coming in from Luminosity as well. That late operator usage going to be huge for this team.
Immediately back over towards the B zone. Opening trades for Team Mayhem looking good. Kings tilting the advantage even further to Team Mayhem with Annihilator out. Only needed to get a single kill in LG. Yeah, this is the call that I think Mayhem should have done the last time through. Don't even bother trying to recontest this. Set yourself up for an aggressive A defense and allow the extra 60 seconds to be tallied. Biggest thing is Team Mayhem, that was as clean as you'd like, only dropping a single life as they already capture the B zone.
Raph yet again trying to get a hold of jungle, but it is not going to happen as we get to see Luminosity planting down Band right there. He will back off for a touch. He will regain his teammates yet again to try and flood through Kitchen really aggressively. And you do get to see Luminosity. They're very much aware where everyone else is.
Pure fire out for both sides. Band trying to get over through Money Window. Kept that bait just a touch. Cartel's on the other side. Literally the other side as they duel it out, and it will be an even trade. A little post-mortem birding effect will allow the Purifiers to shut each other down. Team Mayhem still holding on to a 4-life advantage, but look at the position for LG's defense. They've got players deep in towards bedroom. Washi's comfortable inside of Tiki, and for Team Mayhem, they're not really getting a lot of opportunity to do too much from the backside of this play either. Really good defensive setup for LG.
And now 2 players from Mayhem are trying to go in there for the cat and mouse chase up against Marshy, and they do get the better of him. As 3 players from Luminosity going to be right there. Tiki definitely going to be held really well. It's a good defensive setup so far. Smoke also helps them out.
Trying to get on to contest. Still plenty of time on the clock. Team Mayhem still at a 3-life advantage as well. Band inside of Tiki. SMG starting to threaten the front line of scrimmage. And goodness, how does Kings get 2 right there? He's not even done. How about give him 3? That'll lead to now Team Mayhem a chance to flood on forward. They also have pressure inside of Kitchen and at the cutout wall. Looking good for Team Mayhem to jump on the zone and force LG's defense to have to step out from behind basketball. But now a pinch starts to develop. You've got one from behind in the form of Marshy, and he has now regained control of bedroom, made the pool side safe, and LG's defense recontrols the zone.
Goodness, Marshy and Washi winning essential gunfights and just flooding out Team Mayhem when it comes to those power positions. Bedroom controlled by Marshy. You also have Kitchen controlled by Washi. Definitely going to be impressive for them. It is going to be blurred, and Cartel's trying to get and flush out the players from Luminosity. One last player here in Tiki.
It's got to be Washi, and he's got a crick, not the weapon that you want. Gets out traded. Clock should stop right about the 20-second mark here. 9v6 situation. Fake from behind, gets some entry in through poolside stairs. Hold on. 14 seconds on the clock. Nobody from the side of Mayhem can get to stop the zone from ticking away. 6v5 though, also the current status in lives. But you gotta stop the clock. Team Mayhem have to get there. 6v3. Operator out for Marshy. He's got the war machine at the front door. Can they touch? Yes, they do. 1 second on the clock. Envy trying to play around the back. And no, kills will not be there. Just as soon as the clock was about to expire, it was all zeros, but Team Mayhem able to find the kills needed right before the clock expires.
Counter after counter we see both of these teams do, and Mayhem got the best of them in that round. It was so close, down to the 0 second. And now we do get to see that Luminosity is having a different look, wanting to have a slower approach, winning these gunfights in through mid, getting that Kitchen control, and looking like it might be an A hit, but they will have some players that'll try to capture B as well.
Washi just getting to work with the Annihilator. Has 2 players for Team Mayhem stuck underneath the rim at basketball. And now as he makes his way through cutout, Cartels will be caught out by Band playing through Kitchen side. Great opening offense here from Luminosity. Kill still coming through. Jesus Saves takes himself out of the picture, only finding a single kill with the Sparrow. And LG looking good to get a second tick of progress here at A. And they're actually splitting their focus. It's not actually a full enforcement of this A zone. A chance maybe for Team Mayhem to get this kill and get back control of the A zone. And in the meantime, they also have a very far forward member over towards B. So defensively, Team Mayhem putting together a bit of a response, but it's not convincing enough. LG right back on towards A, and the extra 60 seconds is looking pretty much guaranteed.
Raph was thinking about that spawn trap, but he's very much aware that there's one player from Luminosity right there. He's trying to go in for the denial, and unfortunately for him, he is going to be spotted out. But sights are going to be right there for Bravo, as Alpha's finally going to be captured by Luminosity, something that we've already seen here before. Now they're going to be spreading out. They're going to be slowly trying to capture this side of jungle. Band, player number 4 as well, it's Vague. That'll try to go up against Blur.
Have to say for Team Mayhem, they are very fortunate that Envy didn't get the solo capture of that second tick of progress at B. It gives this defense a chance. A slim chance considering the life count, but a chance nonetheless. Raph, what can you do? The entire force of LG essentially in front of him, and well, does not have the reach to connect the left-right combo. So with that, now a significant advantage for LG in the life count. Still a minute 28 on the clock, and it looks like LG should be able to cruise their way into a round 4 win and get us to a 5th round, pending that Mayhem don't do something unbelievable here in the late stages of this 4th round.
Luminosity forcing Mayhem to spawn off a basketball court, and so far they are winning a lot of their gunfights, and Mayhem is just having such a difficult time. 15v3, and it's looking so very good for Luminosity here in this attacking round. Second tick of progress already locked down, and there's really nothing much you can do as it is finally going to be captured. And here we go again, as we've been seeing here in the past 2 days here at PAX. Round number 5, yet again, for Control.
And Mayhem do have a small advantage coming into this round. Actually, well, as the clock starts to tick down, both teams will have 3 operators at the ready. In particular for Mayhem, trying to get to a final map. They will have Kings on the Annihilator, Blur on a War Machine, and Cartels with the Purifier as they hit into their offense. And yep, they're going to call out 2 of the 3 immediately. King's not quite able to connect with too much at the moment. War Machine on the opposite side for Marshy does find a bit of value, but not fully enough, as Team Mayhem will come out on top of the eliminations and have a chance to stop the clock getting progress on at B.
Cartels trying to go in there with a Purifier, trying to stop any kind of progress Luminosity is trying to take. Every step will be denied, and that will allow them to go in there for that kitchen control, but it will just be one player in the form of Kings that will try to stop the force, but it is too much for Team Mayhem.
Wait. They're going for this. Fake's got a claw out. He wants to try to retake. This is a bold call, and it gets completely shut down. Blur's late War Machine gets the couple of kills needed. The extra 60 seconds is added, and LG are now missing out on a couple of key operators. No claw. Band gets himself on for at least a couple of streaks with the Purifier, but he's not going to be able to use this to retake. So LG have to put Punish into the life count right now with this spawn trap.
Big kills from Envy. He does get traded, but that kind of slows down the momentum of Mayhem. They don't know where everyone else from Luminosity is, but they are going to try to be careful, and that is probably the biggest way for Luminosity to try and take this. Washi still has the Annihilator, knowing very well that there are going to be a lot of players right there and through Bedroom.
He is losing charge on it, though. Hasn't fired a single shot yet. Envy does get one up top. Lives, huge for LG. Can feel the North American Championship coming close. Fake off the pinch, able to find one up high. Now takes his attention down to the low ground. Team Mayhem struggling to get out of spawn. Big shutdown comes through, though, for Cartels. Washi a bit isolated over towards poolside stairs, but how about it? Envy's going to pop out the Sparrow. LG trying to get it done right here, round number 5. 16 plays up against 6. Can they find a way to clean this one up and be our North American champions? Team Mayhem still staying alive. Band stunned backside. You need to get this isolated kill if you're Team Mayhem. They're trying to track him down, but Band just slips away. 15v6. Not a lot of time on the clock as well. Have to find some way to crack the code with no lives remaining.
Mayhem, Luminosity, gonna slow down some stuff here because Luminosity, knowing very well that they have the life count, they're not gonna give anything away here. Team Mayhem, they have only 6 lives left. 30 seconds on the clock to play with. They need to find a way to go in now, and it is Kings with that opener to try and go in there for that alpha side.
Fake from the side, able to take down one. Also places down the trophy system as Jesus saves. Can't quite get connections with the Sparrow. Final 15 seconds. LG still reaping apart, finding the kills. The undefeated God Squad, as we labeled them at the beginning of this, looks to be the champion here in North America if they can find these final 2 kills. Last chance saloon here for Team Mayhem. They're going to find a couple eliminations, but it will not matter. Luminosity will be your North American champions, cleaning things up on the raid control.
Mayhem, you tried. You fought valiantly. But it now is Luminosity's game. It is their time, their era. The first time that they've ever been crowned. And it must taste so sweet. It seems like a new era of Call of Duty Mobile is upon us. Seems really great, feels really great. But the camaraderie from both of these teams really is showing. But even though that Luminosity had a difficult time in that stage 4 in the beginning, they are so solid and still undefeated here in the Snapdragon Pro Series stage 4 for North America.
What an unreal showing. And even though there were expectations for this team to do just this, I don't know. I don't think anyone had on their bingo card that Tectonic would not be a part of the win condition for this squad. But boy, did they ever earn it. A full-on team with the support of an unbelievable coach behind them, a big brain behind the operation. They had a lot of issues.